Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Hope you guys are doing good. So today I'm going to be talking about recently released manhwas that you should read. But before we begin with the list, I just want to say that if you like my videos, make sure to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. Now let's begin our list. At number 1, we have The Broken Ring, This Marriage Will Fail Anyway. Story is about a 6-year-old girl, Ines, who when laid her eyes on the handsome heir to House Escalante, she promptly made the boy her fiancé. Since noblemen get involved in extramarital affairs, she figured she might as well choose a handsome husband. But Lord Carcel isn't ready for this sort of commitment just yet, and he spends the next decade and a half avoiding the marriage at all costs. Luckily, that's no trouble for Ines, as this marriage feeling is exactly what she wants. In fact, he has her permission to mess around with other women as long as he stays out of her business. Since his childhood, Carcel always had this misconception that Ines chose him because she fell for him. But when he gets to know that she has no interest in him, Carcel is determined to change Ines' mind about him and prove that he can be a faithful husband. This is a very good, complicated and angst story. It's sad when you read the story. Like the stuff that the female lead went through in her past lives is heartbreaking, and the whole regression thing is very interesting. I seriously recommend this for many to read. Female lead and male lead are such complex characters, but it's good. Coming at number 2, we have I Became the Tyrants Translator. Story is about a tyrant named Mikhail and Leticia. Leticia stays by his side for a decade, serving as his interpreter, as she is the only person who can understand him. After that, she announced her resignation so that she may enjoy her second life. But then the tyrant begins to beg her to stay by his side. Leticia is shocked to know that the tyrant can speak and in fact had been deceiving everyone by speaking solely in riddles. Then Mikhail told Leticia that he did so because it was the only way to keep her by his side. It has all: isekai, a tyrant, trash family, art is clean and beautiful. It's a bit similar to What's Wrong with Secretary Kim. Coming at number 3, we have Crazy Princess Rin. Story is about Renia, the princess of the Fontiano Empire. Her happy days were now shattered after she married Duke Clovis Zenov. She was sentenced to death for the murder of Duke Clovis Zenov. Nobody listened to her when she screamed that she did not commit the murder. To forget everything and find a place to rest in the arms of God, she stabbed the knife in the back of her head. However, God ignored and did not grant her last wish, and she went back in time. She decides to fix her past mistakes so that she can escape her tragic ending. The art is really pretty. The female lead is strong and determined to act crazy and is hiding from the male lead so that she can avoid marrying him. I'm just waiting to see how the story progresses. Coming at number 4, we have A World Without Dragons. Jaha was an old dragon and everybody knew that his life would end soon. The protagonist was the dragon's contractor from what I understood. On the other hand, Jinyong Kilis, a knight from the Imperial Palace Safety Planning Department, was tasked with protecting the dragon's contractor. On the surface, the Dragon Master, Si Hyun, looked like a 17-year-old girl but is actually 123 years old. It's Jin Young's job to protect her until she completes the mission she promised the dragon. The only missions she promised the dragons were strange things like shouting at the concert, talking with friends, going to a gambling house, and much more. It looks funny, but if she doesn't practice and dies, it is said that national catastrophes such as earthquakes, tsunamis, storms would occur throughout the empire. The premise looks interesting. Coming at number 5, we have Crowning My Feral Prince. Story is about a girl who possessed a supporting character who was expelled from her family and was married to a commoner. The protagonist wakes up in the body of Trixie, whose husband was a creep. Wishing to free herself from the shackles placed by her awful husband, Trixie takes a job as a servant at a remote estate. But she discovers too late that the young master she has to serve is the Empire's foolish prince, Leon Artat. Leon turns out to be much more of a beast than a simple beauty, and thus begins Trixie's tale of trying to tame her new dog and make him the shining crown prince he is meant to be. The art is quite nice and can be distinguished. I hope you'll have a good day. See ya!